Ever wondered what happens when a superstar DJ has a bad night? Well, buckle up because Hardwell's recent performance took an unexpected turn. And Behringer is switching up how you get your hands on their gear, potentially cutting out the middleman. But wait, there is more. AI is taking over the music scene, from generating live visuals to erasing copyrighted songs from your videos. Meanwhile, some artists are raising red flags about AI bots gone rogue. And if you thought you've seen it all in the world of high fashion, wait until you hear about the latest accessory that's turning heads and emptying wallets. This will be fun because it is that time of the week. It is time to tune in. Being a traveling artist can take a toll on anyone, with travel itineraries to coordinate, to lack of downtime pre and post shows, to the demands of fans that pay big ticket prices to see you perform. There is a lot of pressure on artists to be on their top of their game and put out the best set night after night. Everyone is allowed to have a rough night every once in a while, and it seems that Hardwell was having a bad one last weekend. In Bucharest, Hungary, Saga Festival was a 3-day multi-genre event with headliners from around the globe, and a lineup that included Artbat, James Hype, Armin van Buuren, and Nicki Minaj. Friday night, Hardwell was scheduled to close the main stage, and things took a significant turn when, to the surprise of everyone, a technical issue seemed to stop the show. Slamming his headphones down and walking off the stage, the DJ seemed to be reacting to one of the turntables not functioning when a button was pressed. I think that was a cue button. That's kind of important. And a second after, Hardwell took the microphone and described what happened.
All the way from fucking Holland to perform for you guys. This fucking festival didn't pay me any fucking money to be here tonight.
The festival actually ended there, and after that, Hardwell leave the stage and end his show. The next day, things didn't improve that much as Saga Festival released what can best be described as a shade-filled apology. And some commentators say that this looks so much AI written. But things didn't end there, because the next day, James Hype took the opportunity to add his own spin on Hardwell's speech live during his set on Saturday night. James Hype, the memes! He never misses. This whole thing sounds like a mess, and I really want to know what you think of it. Do you think it was Festival's fault, or do you think it was Hardwell's fault? Let me know in the comment section. One of the most frustrating parts of buying a new gear is the wait for it to arrive. While Behringer releases a lot of products each year, the releases tend to be well in advance of people receiving their products. Their announcements plans are definitely different than other hardware makers, as Behringer likes to announce synths that are shipping from their factory rather than from their retailers. This means announcements like the MS5 that happened last month put the retailers in the position of taking orders while stock travels by boats from China to the distribution warehouses. Currently, the MS5 shows as out of stock even though it's available to order, and retailers like Thomann list 5 to 7 weeks before the units will ship to the customers. Behringer is considering changing their current distribution model to help try to change this process. By shipping direct to the customer, Behringer could potentially skip the warehouses and distribution and put units in customers' hands much faster. So why is this not something that every company does? Well, if you are never worked in customer service, then dealing with someone that has a complaint shouldn't be considered a fun task. Retailers offer to deal with issues locally for consumers and buffer the company from having to deal with repair services and even some customers who might just not be all that satisfied with the purchase. With Behringer's factories located in China, there are also tax issues and import logistics that need to be taken into account. It is unknown if Behringer will do direct-to-customer shipments in the future, and we will see how this affects their relationship with their dealers like Thomann, musicians, friends, and others. Of course, a more traditional way to release a product would be to plan releases like Moog and their Labyrinth synth. I reported last week about the leaked information on Moog's new desktop. When I say Moog, people get really mad. Moog's new desktop semi-modular design, and July 11th was the official release date for the product. To contrast the difference between Behringer and Moog, the Labyrinth is ready to ship from dealers immediately upon announcement. Reviewers have also had products in their hands in advance of announcement, so YouTubers like Andrew Huang posted videos within minutes of the emails announcing the availability. Release plans like this mean that you can hear about how Andrew thinks this is the best Moog release in years, while looking for your favorite dealer and planning your credit card payment schedules. As Moog, it will cost. Or negotiating with your significant other on why this synth sounds so much different than the one you currently have on your desk collecting dust. Customers will be able to open their boxes within days of the announcement rather than several weeks or months later. As a refresher, the Labyrinth is a West Coast style wave-shaping analog synthesizer with 2 generative sequencer and a semi-modular design. Priced at $600, my writer and I were having a disagreement on whether that price was good or if you are paying more for the Moog brand. Obviously, I believe it should be a bit cheaper, so help us settle this little discussion. What do you think of the price? 600? Good? Maybe 500? I think it shouldn't be more than 500. What do I know? If you are enjoying the video, please consider liking and subscribing. It means a ton, it helps a ton. If you are wanting a synthesizer that is a little less traditional, YouTuber Simon the Magpie, who is better known for making guitar pedals, may have a device to check out. The Round Robin is a digital synth that has 4 sound oscillators called instruments: basic, organ, Erie, and Ellen, and they each behave a little differently. I think that was all in. Not Ellen. There are 4 voice knobs that change the way the sounds are behaving. For example, the basic oscillator starts as a sine wave, and as you turn the knob, it adds harmonics to adjust to triangle, square, and saw wave. The same thing applies to the organ, Erie, and all-in engines, as the knobs add even more harmonics to each type of sound. There is just a simple attack and release envelope knobs and a resonance slider for the filter, as well as a cutoff control. From there, things get pretty complex, as there's a step sequencer and arpeggiator included, but the controls are shown on a very small round display that has a slight fisheye look to it. Things also get weird with microtonal adjustments, a touch strip that can control effects, and pitch bending. There's also waveform scrolling, and voice adjustments can push things into strange territories. The synth is battery powered or USB-C operated, and with this kind of a package is definitely betting to be played on the road. Mostly, the design is the standout feature here, with bold white lettering and colored knobs and the round display with a cat face oddly printed on the top. The cat is the best. You can pre-order the synth now, and pricing is between 400 to 450 depending on the conversion rate for the Swedish crowns, svenska kronor. At the time of shipping, and estimated shipping is August. I didn't know he was Swedish. Come visit me, bring me the cats. If software synthesis is more your style and you can't afford the price tag of the latest Moog or even Behringer clone, here is something you should check out. Steinberg's Hardwell software is a synthesis platform that can be used to build out a growing number of synthesizer styles in a single plugin. To entice more users to experience the software, Steinberg has released a free synth, Extreme, with some interesting features. The synth has a spectral synthesis engine that seems to use its spectral layers algorithms to take any sample and split out sections of the sound. Once you have picked the layer you want, you can use parameters to blur time and depth, purity, in-harm, and position to change how that layer reacts when played. This doesn't make any sense. From there, familiar synth features like envelopes on the filter, amp, and various LFOs and step modulation sources let you shape the sound into anything you can imagine. Now we are talking. This I understand. A built-in EQ, delay, and reverb effect make the synth best suited for big cinematic or drone type of sounds. The synth can be played completely for free in the Hardwell Sonic Free Player, making it completely free to try all 100 presets included. If you like the format of the Hardwell player, the full edition is half price for this month and includes 35 GB of samples as well as full access to all the engines and features to build your own customer synth. Customer synth? You mean custom synth? My right there? I'm gonna build a customer synth. The links are on the description below for you to check it out. Go create your customer synth. While the future of generative AI is still in the court's hands, with massive lawsuits being worked out over whether Udio and Suno have illegally used music from major labels, the AI companies are trying to not let that slow down their innovation and ease of access to the tools. Suno has now officially released their mobile app, which is only available to Apple iPhone users in the US currently. The app is meant to help those interested in generating new musical ideas at the spur of the moment, whenever the moment strikes, according to CEO Michael Schulman. Whenever you have the 5G, you mean? Boasting a full set of tools for on-the-go creators, the app allows you to use similar text-to-music generating tool as the online platform and make a full-length song in minutes. The company is also promising an Android version of the app soon, so keep on the lookout if you are an Android phone user. AI is still a very contentious topic in a lot of ways, and yet it is generally accepted that it is here to stay. Obviously. Origin Stories, labeled as a new creative tech studio, is launching a concept for live AI visuals created not by the artist but by the attendees instead. That's a cool idea. And we all know they are going to draw tits and dicks there. Could this be the future of event visuals? The concept is that the pre-show playlist is generated by performance and attendees can create through a custom platform video visuals for the songs that are going to be performed. Once you show up on the event, it will be revealed which visuals were selected for presentation on the screens that go with the music. The platform uses text-to-motion AI generation through their VPM Studio tool that is in beta now. This type of fan interaction, using AI to enhance how users experience the performance, is something that could change the way performances are done in the future, as AI could allow for real-time exploration of how fans are feeling and hearing music performed live, and sharing their experience through interaction with their favorite artists. Not gonna lie, this is kind of cool, but I'm still worried about, you know what I'm worried about. YouTube has not been quiet about their use of AI to both enhance the experience here on YouTube and also to help them make things easier to resolve on the platform. Two new AI features were launched, the first being a song eraser tool that will remove copyrighted music from any platform. The tool is in an experimental phase, so there are some areas where it won't be successful in taking out the song in question, but it is a step in the right direction. The tool uses an algorithm to remove the sounds while not affecting the audio quality of anything else in the video, meaning if the song is a background element, the main voice of the presenter should be left intact. This is a far better way to combat copyright issues than muting the entire video for the duration of the song. The other AI tool also launched is a new AI-powered radio feature. Similar to Spotify's AI DJ, the YouTube feature lets you type in a text prompt to create a custom radio station to listen to. The difference between the radio tool and YouTube's current AI playlist generator is the playlist generator will limit the number of tracks found to play, while the radio feature will continually add songs to be played. You can also then name the radio station and return back to it later, and it will start up just like listening to the radio. It isn't clear if the radio feature is available to all YouTube Music users, as it is still listed as experimental and has no list of countries available currently. If you have access to it, let us know in the comments if you have used it and what you think of the service. Streaming fraud is definitely an issue that should be taken seriously, with reports that over 2 billion per year are generated by fraudulent streaming services. Spotify definitely has an interest in stopping this. A recent update to the service, Spotify is now identifying songs that have potentially been artificially streamed and are now taking down music that they think violates these service terms. While it is important that violators are caught so royalties can be paid to organic streams, there are now reports of artists who think the bots are going too far. A recent report showed one example. The Boston band Hallelujah the Hills released a song Play It As It Loops in 2016. The band was notified by Spotify that it had detected listener activity that was a result of artificial streaming and giving the band a strike on the platform. After 3 strikes, the band's material will be removed from Spotify and they would have to appeal the decision. The service says that someone they worked with or hired as a third-party ad placement paid for streams and playlist placement on playlists that use artificial streaming. The band says they didn't do anything like this and are concerned because placement on playlists may have come from someone that was pumping their playlist numbers without their knowledge. The concern is that if a band is in charge of monitoring all playlist placement on each track they release, it could lead to abuse of the system. Streaming fraud is definitely happening on the platform still, with Reddit users asking for ways to get around the new bot controls, as one Reddit user detailed how he uses 6 mobile phones on 2 Wi-Fi systems. What are you doing? Get a life. With 6 artist accounts and premium family plans, he's been generating a small income from the setup, although that has changed recently. Currently, his family plans are now being denied for adding additional users, and he's struggling to generate new income on the platform. What a surprise. While his actions are obviously not right, there are concerns that if the bot is too aggressive in identifying artists that are not in the violation, there is nothing stopping someone from using the system to harm them. If someone wants to seek revenge, all they will need to do is set up an artificial streaming service or pay for one and add a track from a band they wanted to hurt. There will be almost nothing the artist or band could do to stop them, and Spotify would give them strikes. There definitely needs to be an outline for making the bot be functional without going too far. In the world of fashion, there are some ridiculous items that can be found online, like these Dassault jeans that are considered the most expensive in the world. I'm not even sure if I read that correctly. At $250k for trash jeans, rich people are just trying to find new ways to spend their money. One of the worst offenders of massively overpriced items, Balenciaga, the French luxury brand, has not been opposed to literally offering trash bags for ridiculous prices like this $1,750 trash bag. So it is no surprise that their move into music festival fashion is just as ridiculous. Here's their used festival wristband with a retail price tag of $3,000. You too can now look like you are trying to relive an early 2000s Grateful Dead concert by not showering. Alright, I give up. That's it for the news this week. We need to end this now as that price is insane. Good luck world. Tune in again for more music news next week.